Drop it on them random.
The bag work about of apartment 5B.
You're now tuned into the Apartment 5B podcast, where we chop it up about hip-hop, R&B, sports, love and life. Hosted by Kill.
What's good? You tuned into Apartment 5B, but this week we collabed with my brothers from that time in hip-hop, my brothers Vague and Tone. What's going on, Vague?
Chilling, man. Glad to be here, you know what I'm saying, doing this collaboration for the whole, Thanksgiving shit. Basically, we just trying to get it out the way early, so.
No doubt. My brother Tone, what's going on, Tone?
Everything is love, good people.
All right, no doubt. Like you always said, dope to have us collabing for once. After that, ladies first. Porsche, what's going on, good?
How's it going?
I'm good. I was about to say good brother, good sister. Good brother, Jens, what's going on?
What's happening, everybody?
All right, and my man Nick out the ATL, what's good?
What's going on, people?
All right, so between Vegas and Nick, we came up with this dope idea of a show. We're looking at 1988, your top 5 albums from 1988, 30 years ago, 1998, 20 years ago, and 2008 from 10 years ago. So looking at these albums that are having these anniversaries this year. So we're going to be chopping up about that. I'm excited. Y'all know we going back to 88, so this is my era, so I'm hyped. But, you know what I mean? Let me fall back. Vague, why don't you set us off? No, you know what? Let me go in order so I don't get confused. Tone, why don't you set us off? Give me your top 5 from 88 and why.
Top 5 albums from 1988. Oh man, this is actually almost impossible. To me, 1988 is the greatest year in hip hop, bar none. But here we go. I'm gonna go with "Take the Nation a Million," Public Enemy.
Okay.
It's pretty much. Do you want me to go ahead and go out through all 5?
Yeah. Break it down.
Well, PE. I mean, it's funny because Rolling Stones did a 500 greatest albums of all time, and PE's 88. And if you know about Rolling Stones, for that to be 48 is incredible. But anyway, just sonically, it's probably one of the best albums of all time. It's probably the most militant album of all time, still with class, political. You had Bring the Noise, Black Steel Now with Chaos, Night of Living Basics. I mean, what more could you want from the Chocolate Brothers album, to me, to be honest with you? So that's always my number 1 for 88. By all means necessary with BDP. It's their best album to me. It's better than Criminal Mind and better than everything came after that. If this album don't hit, maybe there's no self-destruction. Maybe there's no tempo of hip-hop. Maybe there's no human education against lies, whatever the case may be. Everything the KRS did. If this album didn't hit, hip-hop might be different. Because again, there's no self-destruction, maybe. So I will take that number 2. EPMD number 3, Strictly Bitch. Probably they are the most powerful rap group of all time. So and this album, that funk, it's my thing. You got to chill, you're a customer. I take that number 3. Be brief. Number 4, Great Adventures, Slick Rick. I mean, people still mimic that storytelling to this day. You had Scarface, Nas, Biggie, and whoever else tells stories. I'm sure they got some of that from Slick Rick. Just think about him not going to jail in the early 90s, man. Maybe Slick Rick is one of the top 5 MCs of all time, potentially. Hey Young World, Moment I Feared. I listen to Moment I Feared all the time. Teenage Love, I mean, still rock off that. So, number 4, Follow the Leader, Rakim, Eric B. I think Follow the Leader is lyrically superior to Paid in Full. I think this is like the completion of the way he was teaching how a lot of MCs would mimic his style and rhyme patterns and schemes, etc. Microphone Fiend, Follow the Leader, Lyrics of Fury. Those are my top 5, man. I got a whole lot of honorable mentions because, I mean, you can do another whole top 5 in 1988, and neither one of these could possibly be on it. So that's kind of where I am right now.
All right, no doubt, no doubt. I know we all got some honorable mentions, especially from last year, so we're going to do that on the tail end. Nick, what's your top 5 from 88?
Top 5, I'm going to roll with Too Short. Life is Too Short for number 5. EPMD, Strictly Business, number 4. Great Adventures of Slick Rick, number 3. Long Live the Cane at number 2. Nope. BDP, by all means necessary. Number 1 is It Takes a Nation.
All right, no doubt, no doubt. Porsche, what about you?
I got, so my number 1 most favorite album that year is It Takes a Nation. 2 is Light as a Rock, MC Light. 3 is Great Adventures of Slick Rick. 4, Strictly Business, EPMD, and then Follow the Leader, Eric B. and Rakim.
And wanted to say something real quick, just for the people. I'm born in '79, so the '88 albums I didn't grow up with, I had to go back and listen to them. So my OGs will have more in-depth detail about what the sound was at that time.
No doubt. Veg, what you got up?
I got now these aren't in order, but I got Public Enemy. It Takes a Nation, a Million to Hold Us Back. Obviously, just a very dope album. Arguably, Public Enemy's probably unanimously, but Public Enemy's greatest album from that time. What else I got? Slick Rick, The Great Adventures of Slick Rick. Like we mentioned in previous podcasts, we talk about him being the greatest storyteller, or like the one who made it a thing. And the whole album is stories. Everything from Davy Crockett to Mona Lisa to Teenage Love, everything is some form of story. Very dope. NWA, Straight Outta Compton. Just because I was young, and when you hear crazy motherfucker named Ice Cube, I was just like, I want that, whatever that is. I need that violent music right there. EPMD, Strictly Business. I was a big fan of EPMD. I love their beats. You know what I'm saying? I love the dynamic between Eric Sermon and Parrish Smith. The different voices. On the low, being the first mumble rapper. Really the first mumble rapper. I know so many people back in the day, like especially older, or like my sister, what the hell he say? So Eric Sermon, the pioneer of mumble rap.
The funny thing, I got a story on that when it comes to me. It's funny you say that.
All right. And lastly, I got Big Daddy Kane, Long Live the King, Brooklyn's Finest, debut album. So many dope tracks on there, just rhyming with Biz, Raw, it ain't no half stepping. Just iconic, from the cover art to the album itself. Kane was the man. So yeah, 1988, those are my picks.
All right, no doubt. Yes, what you got?
All right, this won't be in any particular order, but I'm gonna go Act the Fool from King T, Fire Leader Eric B. and Rakim, By All Means Necessary, BDP, Strictly Business, EPMD, and I'm gonna go with the Crown Rulers, Paper Chasers.
Wow.
That'll be my last one.
Wow.
Okay.
That's huge, my G. For people out there, I'm shocked that even made it to New Orleans.
Yeah, because who the fuck is that?
Yo, the Crown Rulers, man, they was this group from Camden, from South Jersey. He was the original Grand Poobah.
Grand Poobah, yep.
I got the CD, but it's in the attic. Do I got it over here?
What's their single? Because I might know them, but just not know their name.
The single was Kick the Ball.
Kick the Ball, Paper Chase, yeah.
Ball was the single.
I think I remember that. Yeah.
Kick the Ball. Oh my God, yo, you talk about memories. Because that was I thought that was just Philly. That was South Jersey and Philly. They was real big over there. They album covers like their Knights. I
think I seen you post that shit up before, yeah.
Yeah, look, the album look crazy, but yo, Paper Chase, yo, that's a big Like I said, I'm just shocked it made it all the way to New Orleans.
Hey, look, that kick the ball, I got that through a friend of mine who used to make trips with his family and stuff. So it wouldn't I wouldn't go as far to say that I got it from a record store here. I got it through my man, and I got that kick the ball. That was the first thing, and it wasn't for a while yet before I actually got my hands on the album. But that kick the ball, man, that's one of the that's the thing there.
Kick the Ball was crazy. Like I said, that was the original Grand Poobah. It's funny, I don't have it down here because I copped it off of eBay. I thought it was an OG copy, but it was a reissue. So I don't even fuck with reissue. So that shit is in the attic. But yeah, it's a dope album. Now for 88, I'm 14. This is my year. I mean, in no particular order. Straight Outta Jungle, EP. The thing about these two albums, I'm in 7th grade-ish, going to 8th grade. Me and my man, Lord Cross, yes, his name was Lord Cross, had enough money to buy one. So he brought EPMD, and I brought EPMD, he brought the Jungle Brothers, and the deal was, in a week, we'll trade them off. And in a week, we both was like, nah, nigga, you can't get this. You know what I mean? Like, both these albums were so crazy. I mean, Straight Out the Jungle, I don't think the JBs get enough respect for starting the whole native tongue movement. I mean, if you love Tribe, you love Daylight, if you love them,
the first two albums. Man.
Yeah, for you to not know the Jungle Brothers, but you love Tribe, it's almost a smack in the face to not go back and listen to this album. I mean, Straight Out the Jungle, What's Going On, Black is Back, Jim Browski, and these were the days in hip hop where you had the 12-inch. The 12-inch would live years and months before the album would even come out. I want to say I heard Jim Browski in 1986. You know what I mean? And you know what I mean? But you know, like, we're living in a time now that you don't even have singles. The album I'm talking about when, same thing with EPMD. I mean, I heard It's My Thing, You're a Customer 2-3 years before, you know, this drop. So, not to mention with this JB's, I'll House You. Like, probably, if I'm not mistaken, it was the OG hip hop house song that started everybody doing hip hop house. And to be honest with you, it's the only hip hop house song that I like.
That's what I was about to say. It's the only good house song.
Yeah.
It's the only joint I like. Like, when I hear that, can you feel it? Like, it's about to go down. I'm not it's the first time you heard Q-Tip on wax. So for people for people who love Tribe, if you've never heard this, I don't get it. The funny story behind this album cover is people can see I'd never been in the studio at 14, like a real studio. So I thought these niggas was in the arcade with all these flashing lights. I thought this nigga was playing Frogger on this computer in the back. Like, I really thought they was in the arcade. Y'all can laugh. I was 14. I ain't know studios had all these. I thought these niggas was chilling in the arcade somewhere. But I mean, strictly business. I'm housing. You guys to chill. I mean, it's my thing. You a customer. Get off the bandwagon. Jane to me is like one of the dopest. I think they ran it too long. They went to like Jane 28. They should have stopped it. Like, Jane.
After that second one, they could have stopped.
Yeah, I'm just joking. After 13, they could have stopped because it was like 100 of these. But and the funny thing that Vague said, for years, I never knew what Eric was saying half the time. Like, when he said he drives a Corvette, I would be like, he's a ziggy. Like, it took me years to know that he was saying, I drive a Samurai Suzuki. Like, yeah. I need to understand half the shit that was coming out of Eric Sherman's mouth on that. By any means, man, this album right here, I did a front seat up with me and they. After Scholar Rock got killed, I thought hip hop was over. Like, BDP was my shit. When he died, I was like, damn, the whole culture is over. So when I heard My Philosophy, I can't tell you how hype I was to just be like, oh my God, this nigga is back. This shit is crazy. At the time, I didn't know anything about Malcolm X, so I didn't even know that this was a play on, you know, Malcolm's joint. I just was like, yo, this nigga's wild. He at the window with a Uzi. You know what I mean? You're slipping. Stop the violence, illegal business. I'm still number one. Part-time sucker. Jimmy. I mean, one of my favorite joints is Part-Time Sucker. Like, I mean, the Smokey Robinson and the Miracle Break, and just everything about this album is crazy. Everybody already said a Public Enemy. If you follow me on Twitter, honest to God truth, I told Chuck this the other day and he replied, the only reason I never sold drugs was because of this album right here. Because I just felt like, how can I listen to Chuck D and Public Enemy and preach all this pro-blackness and then go sell crack or whatever to my peoples? I mean, this album literally changed. I mean, who knows, if I sold crack, I probably 9 times out of 10 wouldn't be here, you know. So this album, I can literally say saved my life, or at least changed it. And the one that a lot of people talk about this year, Ultramagnetic.
Yeah, critical beatdown.
Yeah, production wise, this is probably what planted the first seed for me to want to be a producer back in '88 when I didn't even know what a producer did. You know what I mean? But I mean, the joints that are on here, Watch Me Now, Ease Back, you know, Cool Keith, Cole Housing things, yo, using the same break that Marley used for Kane's joint. Ain't It Good to You, Funky, give the drummer some, like, yo, this, like, Ultramag, if cats don't know about Ultramag, I beg of you, please listen to this album. And just like Tone said, there's so many other joints, but we'll come back on the back end for all our, you know, extra joints. All right, let's bounce into the year 1998. Fast forward in 10 years, albums that are celebrating 20 years in the game. Tone, what is your top 5 albums from 1998?
Man, they surprised me, man, because I thought 97 was okay, but not great. And then this year right here, man, it was filled with gems, man. But some of these will be the obvious ones, of course. DMX's Dark and Hell is Hot. I mean, come on, man. The energy on that album alone just makes you want to just jump off stage. You know what I'm saying? It's insane, man. I saw X when the album came out. It's insane. Nori, self-titled album. Great production, great energy on that album, man. Dope guest appearances from G-Rap to Nas to, you know, Chico the Barge, etc., etc. I love that album, man. Great replay value. Aquemini, Outkast. I mean, honestly, it's probably one of the most brilliant. When I think of brilliant, I think of De La Soul Is Dead and the 3 Feet High and Rising Way Back. But, you know, when Aquemini came out, I said it's absolutely brilliant, man. 5 mics, whatever, 10 stars, whatever. It's flawless to me. Black Star album, Most Def Time Live Quality of Black Star. I love it. Kind of took me back to, you know, the 90 to like 93, 94 era. Believe it or not, I know some people might not like this album, man, but Daisy Hard Not Life, man, Volume 2. And to me, it was a perfect balance of what Jay was doing. From tracks like Reservoir Dogs, then he'll do Jigga What, Jigga Who, then he'll do something like It's Like That to kick the pre-joint. I just thought he was a dope balance, man. So those are my 5 there, man.
All right, no doubt. Good brother Nick, what you got, man?
Number 5, rolling with DMX is Dark and Hell is Hot. Number 4, Goody Mob Still Standing. Number 3, Pete Rock Soul Survivor. Number 2, Gangstar Moment of Truth. And number 1, Outkast or Aquemini.
All right.
You already knew what I was gonna say.
Yeah. Great.
I was gonna be an ass and put like all Southern, because I could have went Cass, 8 Ball solo album, Goody Mob, Witch Doctor, and PA. But I said, now let me mix it up.
All right. What about Aquemini? What like where do you rank that in Cass discography?
It's actually my 3rd favorite because Aquemini. I mean, AT Aliens is my favorite. I think that's like no skips on that album. I just go all the way through it. Southern Playalistic is the most important to me because I just remember how it felt with real MCs coming out of the South. We just had Booty Shake and Jermaine Dupri. So when Outkast came with Southern Playalistic and, you know, people started taking us serious as MCs, that album just holds a special place for me. So as great as Aquemini is, it's my 3rd favorite.
Yeah. Now I feel you on that. It's funny. It makes me think about Illadelph because for years, you know, I would always spend summers in Brooklyn with my cousins, and they would clown me on all the Philly MCs. So like when Illadelph came out and I was at Morgan, it was like New York niggas was like, yo, that nigga thought. It was like so I feel like it's like you feel like you can stick out your chest, like,
yeah, man, like, you know, sit at the table now, yeah,
exactly. All right, no doubt. Porsche, what you got up?
I got Aquemini as my most favorite of the year. Then I got Miseducation of Lauryn Hill, Moment of Truth, Pieces of a Man, AZ, and then Soul Survivor.
All right, tell me this, because I was gonna put Miseducation, but I always look at that as an R&B album first. How do y'all think about that? Because I cause not an uproar, but I said on Twitter today that I think of Pharrell and Timbaland first as R&B producers. And a lot of niggas like, nah, they, and I'm like, I mean, niggas can say what they want. I'm just saying for me, when I think of them, probably because I was introduced to their music through
R&B. Yeah.
You know what I mean? But do y'all, you know, like, so when you hear Miseducation, do you think R&B or hip hop? That's why I didn't know whether to put it down. Man,
I don't think of either. I just think of music because she does R&B, hip hop, a little bit of reggae, a little bit of gospel, jazz. She has so many styles that she pretty much mastered on that album that I really don't really categorize it, to be honest with you, man. And don't get me wrong, as far as she spit her ass off on it, but I just really don't consider it.
Right. All right. No doubt. Veg, what you got for your list?
All right. I got obviously nothing on my list is in order, but I got Gangstar Moment of Truth. I felt like when that album dropped, I didn't feel like Gangstar fell off, but I kind of felt like it was a different climate, so I didn't know what they would bring and whether I would like it based off of how hip hop had changed so much since their last album. But it was such a dope album. Just showed that they was in the pocket regardless with their music and boom bap. I got Jay-Z Volume 2 Hard Knock Life. I think mainly because it was a better album than Volume 1, but it even with the guest appearances, it kind of brought a different flair to it. Jay-Z lyrically was even better than he was before. And even songs like Reservoir Dogs, where you got all these MCs like Beans, Sauce Money, and the Lox killing it, and Jay-Z is no slouch with his verse at the end. Just really, really hip hop packaged with, like, basically what they try to do sophomore album with, trying to take them a little bit mainstream. They accomplished with the third album because he just stayed his album, and a lot of guest appearances, but I don't think that ever bothered me to except for what record was that? What was them dudes they had? The Rangers? Probably the one I skip nowadays. But nevertheless, dope album. So I had Big Pun, Capital Punishment.
Man,
this dude. I mean, every song is like a thesis on how to rhyme. You know what I'm saying? This dude is flowing. His breath control is crazy. It's not production tricks. I've seen him do it live, and it's just amazing to hear him with this wordplay. And it's the type of wordplay that people give other artists flack for because they feel like, yo, he ain't talking about nothing. But Pun was doing the same thing. But everybody loved Pun, and this album is just so many examples of him just being above a lot of MCs lyrically, and how he put words together. Very dope album that seldomly gets mentioned sometimes, so it's a shame, but dope album that year. I also have Nori, NRE. I didn't know what to think. I like Capone and Noriega as a group. Capone went to prison. They like Nori going solo. I'm like, I don't know. Wow, from songs to the posse cuts to Body in the Trunk to even the skits like Animal Thug and shit like that. Like it's probably Nori's greatest work, to be honest, as a collective album, besides the first album. But very dope album, one of my favorites of that year. And lastly, I got Outkast, Aquemini, my personal favorite as far as the Outkast albums, mainly because I felt like that was the first time I listened to Outkast and was like, yo, you know what? When they drop albums, I don't know what to expect. And I think I like that. You know what I'm saying? I feel like it's so different from Southern Playalistic. It's different from this AT-Aliens joint. So when it came out, you know what I'm saying, and I listened to it, and the first track comes on, you just like, man, these dudes could do whatever they want. And that's dope. Because a lot of cats are shoehorned by their style and being able to do one thing. Whereas Outkast, they could be like, oh, okay, Return of the Gangster. We just gonna spit for y'all on this dope beat. And, I loved it. So those are my top 5 in 1998.
All right. Yes, what you got?
So I'm going to go Heavy Mental from the Killer Priest.
Woo.
If you haven't heard that one, the B-I-B-L-E, Adams to Adam, Tai Chi, that's just a couple of the joints off of the album that I believe are really dope. I got the Dirty Weaponry from the Killer Army. It's another dope album in my opinion. Wu affiliate. I got Time Waits for No Man from Rasco off the West Coast.
Stone's Throw.
Yeah. And I got the Most Def and Talib joint. Brown Skin Lady, Respiration, Definition, Redefinition, all dope. And I got that Pun joint also. I mean, for all the reasons Vig said, man, he broke it down excellent. I agree with everything he said.
All right, no doubt. The funny thing about 1998 for me is I always say this is the year that changed hip hop because, like someone said earlier, he was like, you know, when he mentioned the J album, it's like, you know, a lot of people may not like this. And this was the first big hip hop album that I knew of, at least being at Morgan and being at the radio station where so many people disagreed. You know, normally if an album came out, everybody was like, oh, yeah, it's dope, or yeah, that's whack. This was when I knew Cass was in the middle. Like, this is the first time I saw the split and Cass arguing at the radio station, like, yo, that Swiss Beats sound is whack. And niggas like, nah, that shit is dope. And it just really, to me, this is like, that album to me is almost like the crack of hip hop. And I'm not saying that in a bad way. I'm just saying that to me is where I kind of saw hip hop change it. And it started right before this album. If I'm not mistaken, that Rush Hour soundtrack. What was that Jay-Z and Ja Rule song off that Rush Hour soundtrack? Y'all know what I'm talking about.
Can I get
it? Okay. Yeah.
I'll never forget, I was out with this rep from Def Jam and he gave me the CD single and I was so hyped. I'm like, yo, new Jay-Z, I can't wait to get home. You know, I'm thinking friend or foe Jay-Z. I'm thinking that Jay-Z. So if you could think in your mind, you're thinking you're about to pop in the next new fucking, you know, Dead Presidents Jay-Z, and you hear the beat, I'm like, yo, what's going on? Who's this nigga yelling? Just utter confusion of what the fuck is going? What just happened? Like, who is this? Like, and to me, so 98 is a big year for me. My first one, again, like everybody else, no order, Black Star. Like, this to me kind of came out of nowhere. I really wasn't, to me, 98, this is also where you started going deep underground. Like back in the day, it kind of was like underground. You had to like go a lower level now because I didn't know a lot about them raucous dudes and all of that stuff. You know what I mean? So this was like the first time I had heard of Talib and Mos. Everything on here was crazy. What I loved was how Mos came to the table with Sean J. Period and hit with who was his producer, kind of at the album. Talib came with High Tech, who was his producer, to do the other half of the album. So I just thought that was real dope. This is one of those times where I felt like the chemistry was just there with them. You know what I mean? Because they weren't necessarily a group. They were just two MCs who said, hey, let's be a group. Which happening a lot of time nowadays. Like you got the Dave East Styles P album. And I'm like, it's cool, but I just don't feel the chemistry between them. I feel like so many MCs are just like, yo, let's just do a album
project together, yeah.
Let's just do a project. Like, what the fuck? Like Rhyme Fest, Black Thought, and Fonte. Like, I'm like, okay, you know, but to me, these two had, you couldn't have told me they weren't a group. Like, you telling me that they were just kind of put together, I'm shocked because this was so dope. Soul Survivor. To me, this is my favorite producer album. To me, there's nothing to skip on here. I mean, maybe I'll skip the Heavy D and Beanie Man, you know, for the hell of it. It's really not a skip because it's the last song. But everything on here was crazy. I always just wanted to ask people, like, how did you put these people together? Like, what made you think of, like, Big Pun, Noor, and Common? You know what I mean? Like,
well, you heard the story OC told, right? Was it on your show?
Yeah. Where O said he was supposed to be on
the joint with Corrupt, yeah. Probably doing shit like that.
Yeah, you know, so I would have loved to hear that version, you know. And two, I never understood why Pete didn't have a fresh cut for the cover, you know. Maybe
Kill be critiquing niggas' cuts, boy.
But like, yo, bro, it's the album cover, man. You should have solo album and you cut like this, man. Next up, I got First Family for Life, MOP, man.
No doubt.
Ever since their second album, I was a fan of MOP. Breaking the Rules, Down for Whatever with OC, My Kind of Nigga Part 2 with Heather B. I Love with Freddie Fox, Salute Part 2 with Guru. To me, this album kind of showed me with 4 Alarm Blazers. People remember that's when they was over the Rocky theme. And to me, that was during those marketing days of hip hop where it was like, yo, how could we get a hit? Like, yo, let's rhyme over fucking Rocky and get Jay to be on it, and it'll blow the fuck up, and it does absolutely nothing.
Nothing, exactly.
You know what I mean? But then you turn around, and then the next album, if I'm not mistaken, is Amped Up, where you talking about Robin. Ever, you know, so that just always kind of showed me that, like, that recipe, you know, doesn't always work. Same thing, Smooth the Hustler tried that, because we were at the station at the time, and the 12-inch they was pushing was the Hustling joint, with Smooth rhyming over the Freddie's Dead sample off the Curtis Mayfield off the Superfly joint soundtrack. And nobody liked that, and we all gravitated to Broken Language. You know what I mean? Which just showed me, like, yo, stop trying to do this. Okay, this should get us airplay, and just do the shit that you like doing, and then you'll blow off of that. The next joint I had up was Moment of Truth, Gangstar. Truth be told, I didn't know what to expect, because I really didn't know you know my steez. I really didn't like that joint. I was like, you know, it's cool, but I was like, you know, coming off of, you know, Mass Appeal and Dwick and, you know, all of that shit. I'm like, you know, this shit is alright, you know, but it ain't crazy. And then I heard Royalty and everything like that, and it just went from there. Just like with everybody else, I mean, I own this on vinyl, the instrumental, the CD, anything you can get of Aquemini. I love this joint. Just what everybody else said, man. Just, you know, I mean, probably Sporty Odie is my favorite. I just really think that Organized doesn't, and the Outkast don't get enough props. I really think they were always the best at combining boom bap with drum machines with live instruments. You know what I mean? And when you really look at how many people from, I mean, Beyonce basically kind of just bit Sporty Odie off her last album with Lemonade, with the last cut, with the horns, and this is just soulful hip hop to me at its dopest. So, you know, I'm gonna go with that for the end of '98. All right, so before we go forward, I think I'm the only one that does not love that Black Star album. I'm listening to everybody's list. I'm the only one that don't care for that album. What you didn't like about it?
I just didn't like it. I like about 5 songs. I'm for real. Like, I don't like remakes. So like most of them kind of redid Children's Story, and they used the beat that BDP did, and I liked about 5 songs. I know that. I own the album, but because everybody's like, "Oh, this shit right here," and I got it. I play it. I'm like, I like 5 songs, but.
Yeah, I mean, the funny thing, man, is for years, being at the station, one of my interns, Shy, used to always say Talib was the doper MC. And I would just be like, you out your fucking mind. Nobody's doper than me.
Never heard that before.
Now, as time went on, I did start to respect Talib and his lyrical ability, but for years, I just thought it wasn't there. But I definitely feel what you're saying, because when I think the video sold me on Definition, because I'm with you. As soon as I heard it, I'm like, that's fucking, he is free. Like, yo, what y'all doing? And then I hear, you know, Knowledge of Self-Determination. I'm like, that's my fucking tribe. Like, yo, all y'all doing is fucking, you know,
remaking joints.
Yeah, just remaking
I
joints.
Think that was
Now, what you saying, Tom?
No, I said I think that was probably on purpose to a degree, you know, as far as like paying homage to that era, because you know, that album had that earlier vibe, the 88 to like 94 kind of vibe. So I think it was kind of on purpose. You know what I mean? And lyrically, the album is stellar lyrically. Even if you don't like some of the, maybe the production might not be your thing, but if you go put in Respiration or Twice in a Lifetime, you tell me, name 5-6 songs, you know.
Yeah, those are 2 of the songs.
They go harder, you know.
Brown Skin Lady, and those 2.
Yeah.
I don't have it on my list either, so.
Okay. Yeah. I mean, it's a cool album. It ain't whack, but I don't love it.
Oh yeah, before we go to the next era, man, I just want to say about the Aquemini, man. Liberation, man, for me is like one of the best songs I've ever heard. Like, forget hip hop or what the genre. I mean, it's a flawless song with so much passion and emotion in it, man. And Erykah Badu just brought it home. CeeLo was flawless on it. The production was flawless on it with Organized Noise. I mean, Man, I tell you, I can listen to that song like all day, like riding the car. You know what I'm saying? But that was just a random thought.
And I think too that you bring that up, man. It's like you said. I guess it's almost as like that Lauren album. When I don't even look at this as hip hop, it's just great
album.
I mean, just Return of the Gangster, just the lyrics too. That just the stuff 3000 was saying, and even on a joint, the art and storytelling. With one of the dopest lines I always use with my teens is, "What you want to be when you grow up?" And she said, "Alive." Like,
right.
Such an intricate, because one thing from working with teens, I realize a lot of my teens are like, don't think they're gonna live past 18. So a lot of the dumb shit they do is because almost like it's a bucket list. I always tell people, God forbid somebody tell you got a year to live, you ain't thinking about going to school, or you ain't thinking about going to work. You're gonna wild the fuck
live it up. Yeah.
You gonna live it up. Now living it up to a 44-year-old is gonna look different than to a 15-year-old. You wanna go have sex and steal cars and drive and do all this wild shit. And so when 3000 said that line, it was just so like, wow, like what you want to be alive. Like that's it. Like, and to think he said this in 1998 and it's 2018 and these kids are still living the same exact way, where it's just like, I don't know what I want to be. If you come talk to my kids, none of them know what they want to be. None of them. You know what I mean? And it's really a testament to just how, flawless and how timeless, this album.
That album is, yeah. And one thing that disappointed me about that album, the only thing, it ain't even about that album, it's the fact that my city didn't try to keep it going. Like, nobody tried to top that album. Like, it was too hard to do. It's like, fuck it, we just gonna do trap. You know what I'm saying? Like, they didn't even try to continue from Aquemini, that branch off of that tree. They just like, fuck it, we just gonna Lil Jon.
You mean all the MCs from Atlanta?
Yeah, they just didn't. I can't think of no album that came out that's like a 101. Well, nah. Yeah, I can't think of too many albums that was influenced by that album, in my opinion. And especially not from my city. Maybe somewhere else.
Now, here's the wild part. Because that brings up a good topic, and I don't want to belabor this too long, but where did trap come from? And the reason why I was asking that is because it just, I was with my teens and they was listening to the radio, and I'm just like, yo, where did this shit come from? And I'm not just saying trap. I'm saying like this whole new, when I listen to all these new R&B artists, my kids are like, you gotta listen to Summer Walker and this person. I'm like, they all sound the fucking same. So like, where you being in Atlanta, where did it jump from, this soulfulness of organized noise, to trap music? Was it T.I.?
Nah, because even T.I., I would say more so like Gucci Mane with Zaytoven and Jeezy with Shawty Red. Okay. That's the sound. Like T.I., made the term popular, but his music isn't that sound as popular today.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. And the last thing about Cass, and I always give him credit for this, is that because I've never seen a lot of people do this, the fact that they produced the bulk of this album themselves. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Like, people may not understand. People think making beats is some easy shit. It really isn't. I mean, you can make a beat. You can do it on GarageBand. I see kids do. But I'm talking about making great music. Mm-hmm. Like, not too many times. The only people I can say that I've seen do it in hip-hop is Havoc and Outkast. That you take two people who just did not produce and just gave them an MPC and a sampler, and they were able to make stuff like Shook Ones and Survival of the Fittest, or with Cat, they turned around and made Return of the Gangster and Rosa Parks and Miss Jackson. Like, so I just give them a lot of credit for being able to, like Big Boy said, take some of that money, buy a studio, buying Stankonia Studios, which was the old Bobby Brown studio in Atlanta, and do what they got to do. All right, 2008. Now, here's the hard part for me. This was a shitty year for hip hop. I
agree.
I was sitting here like, well, I guess I could name this. I guess I'll name that. But after about 5, I guess I'm like, motherfucker, I ain't naming shit. So 2008. Tell me something good about this year with you, music wise, or why do you think it's a shitty year? If you think it's a shitty year.
Well, since we're doing these decades, it's gonna be shitty compared to 1988, 1998. So it takes an L just based on this show. Yeah. We're talking about, one of the greatest years in the 90s, and to me, the greatest year period. In 88. But nevertheless, I'll just go with it. It wasn't a great year to me, but a few albums I thought were okay. I did like T.I. Paper Trail's album because I thought that album was his version of his Me Against the World like Pac. What I mean by that is I thought he was the most real on that album. He had songs like Dead and Gone, joints like that. Yeah, Ready for Whatever. I love that song. And even with the Swagger Like Us, you know, Jay and everybody else might have been playing around on that song, but T.I. wasn't bullshitting on that song.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? With his verse, he was like, yo, y'all can't answer my own song. So, but I thought he did a good job balancing with some conscious tracks on there, some battle tracks on them. I like the joints the Toot did on there. I thought the beats was pretty good. So I thought Paper Trails was dope. Rick Ross Trill album, or whatever, I thought the beats was crazy. That joint Luxury Tax, Maybach Music with Jay-Z, the Boss joint. I thought for what it was, if you rock with Rick Ross and following up deeper than rap, I thought he did a good job keeping his own momentum. I thought it was a solid album for what it's worth. Q-Tip Renaissance album. For me, I thought it was dope. I like the beats. I love that song Life is Better with Nora Jones, one of my favorite hip-hop songs. I love the video and the vibe. I like that joint did with Raphael Sadiq, We Fight, We Love, very, very dope. I thought it was a dope album. I hate to say this, man, but the Impact, Carter 3 was a big album. But it was solid. It was a big album, huge singles, huge impact. It is what it is. And I did like the Game LAX album. I like the joint. I like that Letter to the King with Nas. I think it's a brilliant song. And I like this joint called Let Us Live with what's her name? Chrisette Michelle. So those are some of the ones that came to mind for me. Yeah, just my thoughts.
All right, no doubt. Nick, do you have anything or any?
I mean, I named some, but like you said, this 2008 just wasn't a great year.
No.
Jeezy, The Recession was solid. T.I.'s Paper Trail. Q-Tip's The Renaissance album. The Jake One White Van Music, that was pretty solid. And Elzai, The Preface, produced by Black Milk, that was another solid one.
Dope.
But yeah, that's 2008 for me.
All right, what about you, Porsche?
2008, I think, is the year that Kanye released 808s, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
So that to me was that's 2008 is the year that I sort of gave up on hip hop and realized that I need to live in the 90s forever because it's never going to be the same. And it was because of 808s.
It took you that long?
Yeah, I really cut hip hop some slack, and I really cut hip hop some slack, and I really tried to like stuff. 2008, and it's the 808s album that did it for me because I liked everything Kanye had done up until that point. I remember being so excited to listen to new Kanye West at the time, and I put in that album and I was like, what in the hell am I listening to? Like, this is it, like, it's unrecognizable as a Kanye album from what we had previously heard. And I was like, man, forget it. I don't even remember what month it dropped, but after that I was like, I'm not checking for anything anymore. But I mean, there are a couple good songs that were a standout in 98, but as far as albums go, I can't really name great albums. I can't even do it. Can't do it justice.
All right, I feel you.
I think 808s was like this him trying to do something different. Like Andre with The Love Below.
No.
Most
no,
had
it's
the
not
New
the same.
Danger.
It's not the same.
It's him trying to step out of the rap round.
808s
you didn't like it, which is cool, but
no, but 808s is the downfall of Kanye. Like he just I think just went in like a very slippery slope. I just listened to that this year for the first time and it was okay. But again, that's coming off of 808s, which was horrible. Like, I'm gonna put 808s in the basket with Top 5 Dead or Alive, Jada Kiss's album. Those are like about the same quality wise.
You going hard tonight, sis. You gonna
I'm
go
just saying.
hard. You're going hard. But I feel you. Greg, what you got for 2008, good brother?
Well, I agree that 2008 wasn't a good year. I did a whole podcast on it. And when I was doing my research, I was like, "Yo, what the fuck was going on this year?" Like, like I remembered everything, but at the same time, it was just like there wasn't a lot of motivation from a lot of rappers. Also, to know that Common dropped Universal Mind Control, which is his worst album out of everything, even Trick Circus, which gets better with time. But I do have 5 joints down here. I got Lil Wayne's The Carter 3. For me, it's my favorite Lil Wayne album. I feel like it was a great balance of the Lil Wayne from Carter 2 with more commercial Lil Wayne. I like a number of joints on there. In general, yeah, I just really like the album. I thought it had a nice flow. I thought he had a perfect balance on that album. I also have T.I.'s Paper Trail. I kind of felt the same way with T.I. I felt like this was maybe with T.I. and Lil Wayne, this was kind of like their, you know what I'm saying, where they kind of got in that mainstream lane a little bit, but was able to put together some dope mainstream tracks, along with some more traditional hip hop tracks, like Let the Beat Build and stuff like that. But the T.I. track was dope. I also have The Roots, Rising Down. I did, man. It's a couple of joints on here, like the title track Rising Down featuring Mos Def, Styles P, which is dope. Get Busy, where Petey Crack spazzes on this record. Like, I mean, I repeated that, like on my first listen, I repeated that track like 3 times because of the way Petey Crack was just crazy on it. It's a number of joints on here. Criminal. I think Malik B made a return to the Roots on this joint. I think probably why a lot of people wouldn't really feel it is because there were a lot of guest appearances on here. But I didn't mind it as much because sometimes Black Thought could just be rhyming and I don't hear what the fuck he's saying because he's just rapping too much.
Thank you.
You know what I'm saying?
Somebody. I appreciate you, brother. Thank you.
Yeah, sometimes.
Did you hear his new song today, Q?
We gonna talk about that. That's we
heard that. We heard that.
Blessing Buster. Let's talk about that.
Also, I had the Nigger tape on there, Nas and Green Lantern, mixed out before the Untitled album, which I think is better than the album.
Yeah, way better.
It was exactly what, honestly, I was expecting from the Untitled album. But the mixtape is the one that has it. David Banner got a crazy feature on there. Surviving the Times is on there. It's a really dope mixtape. So if you haven't heard Nas and Green Lantern, it's pretty dope. And lastly, I got Q-Tip, The Renaissance. I think I liked it because I dug music. I knew Q-Tip was into some stuff, and I knew it. So as long as it wasn't that shit, and it was more, it wasn't Tribe, but it was speaking more to who Q-Tip was. You know what I'm saying? As a beat maker, as an MC. So I really dug it for those reasons. And it's an album that honestly I go back to quite often, even sometimes now, because I dig it. It's just a different vibe. So that was the most I can get from 2008. Probably my honorable mention would be Scarface album. Emerges.
Yeah.
That shit is very slept on.
Yeah.
That album was crazy. Scarface
just came out of nowhere.
It came out of
just kind of like slipped it out real quick.
Yeah, and a lot of people did not pay attention to it. So that's probably my honorable mention.
Hey, Vague. Didn't that Scarface album have the song called "Can't Get Right" on there? The Can't Get Right.
Yeah, I think so.
By Nas did it. Nas
from
Virginia. Yeah, that beat is insane.
The beats are crazy on that album. A lot of people don't pay attention to it, but
what's the name? What Face album?
I can't pronounce it. What is it?
Is it Emeritus or something like that?
Emeritus. Yeah.
Yeah.
But it's EMERITUS.
I think that's it.
Yeah, and I owe
writing that down,
Portia an apology because I just did a quick scan and the 2008 was that bad. Easily the worst year that decade. Jesus was bad. Wow. I don't know what the fuck happened in 2008, but I'm sorry, Portia.
And yes, I'm writing it down because I heard a name that has intrigued me to listen, and that name would be Knots. So
you will still find a reason to hate on Face. Bro.
I'm not.
Uncle Brad.
I know you know what I'm talking. I know. No. I'm not the biggest Face fan. I'm not saying he's whack. He's dope. He's the OG. He's all that. I've just never loved the Scarface album. Like a lot of it comes back to the production. So that shit. Guess Who's Back with Jay and Beans? That's my shit. You know. So
you like the East Coast album? We got you killed.
You ain't like the Fix though?
Yeah, the East Coast album.
Yeah,
that's the East Coast.
Crazy.
I like it.
I'm very honest with my biases, man. It always comes down to the beat.
I appreciate that.
It always comes down to the beats, man.
They giving you all that morning commute music. And you
remember, I can't. That's going home music. I gotta go to work knowing some shit. I gotta be. I can't.
It never includes Bahamadia, does it?
I get 10 minutes out and end up in the ditch. No, the morning music I like and I can sing with and rap with and get happy to go to work. I can't listen to no new shit in the morning.
Anytime we say something that could be considered like slander on females, you should like edit the Sean Price joint in there like that.
That's why it's on the way home. I listened to when Porsche told me to listen to Face. It's on the way home. Same thing with Quick. It's on the way home. On the way home, I can listen to new shit. Not. Yes. What? 2008. How was it for you, brother?
Just like everybody else said, it was slim pickings. It was slim pickings in 2008.
Wow.
I'm gonna give you 5. I'm gonna give you 5. Though. First one, I'm gonna go with that preface, the Elzai joint. I think it's dope. Politics as usual from Terminology. I think that's another dope one. Pain Language, Mugs, and Planet Asia. The Genius from Jean Grey, and Ode to the Ghetto from Guilty Simpson.
Okay.
That's my 5.
The crazy thing about this year is I'm looking at shit, and I was saying this just a little while ago on Twitter, that to me there's a big difference between being hyped for something and I'll listen to it. You know what I mean? You find a lot of people that be like, oh yeah, I'll listen to it. I'm like, shit, niggas will listen to anything. Are you hyped for it? And to me, when I'm looking at 88 and 98, these are albums I come back to all the time. So like, I can name 5 albums just to name them, but I don't want to disrespect these other years. I didn't even realize that this Jake 1 came out in 2008. It wasn't on Wikipedia when I did it. This is a dope album. Probably my second or third, maybe Marley's in Control. The first one comes up. This is definitely one of my favorite producer albums. If not for nothing, dude's got the whole booklet in it. He explains how the beats got made and everything. And I'm a line of notes junkie, so I love that. So this would be the one album that makes the list. The second one would be Pete Rock's NY's Finest. You know what I'm saying? To me,
that came out 2008. Okay.
Yeah. Not as good as Soul Survivor, but the re-roll with Jim Jones is crazy with Max B. Joint 914 with Styles P and Sheik Luke. Crazy.
The joint with Raekwon and Master Killer that I like.
Yeah.
The Questions with Royal Flush that he also gave to Raekwon for Bill for Cuban Links 2. He had a joint, The Best Kept Secret with Lords of Underground. He had a joint, The PJs, which you was talking about. He freaked the old Dune sample that Large Pro for Mad Scientist. And he had a joint on here, Let's Go with Doo-Wop. And actually, I saw on here Comprehend with Papoose, who's not my favorite MC that I could actually stomach. But just looking through some, and again, I agree with Jens. Terminology's Politics as Usual. That was a very dope album. I can't say I go back to it, but it was some heavy hitters on this list. Like you said, Common, I never even bothered to listen to that album. I heard the first single and knew which way he was going. Helter Skelter had that shit out, Dirt, where they was like superheroes on the cover.
The
album wasn't bad. The cover was bad.
Yeah.
All right, I couldn't get past the cover.
Same here.
Yeah, it's not a bad album.
Yeah, I'm like, yo, these niggas just don't give a fuck. So, but I mean, like, dog. I mean, and maybe it was a joke. You know, they're very, I've been
silly dudes.
I've been able to meet them a couple of times, and this, as Brooklyn as they are, they're very silly. So I could definitely see that being a silly thing. But I mean, Joe Budden's had out Halfway House. I wasn't really feeling that. Elzai joint was alright. Nas, G Unit, Prodigy. I mean, you had some big names. Not to mention, Lil Mama's album came out this year. So I mean, that alone is a positive thing on hip hop alone. That's the year that she was birthed. And I need to go back to this Q-Tip the Renaissance, because everybody I know swears by this album. When I heard it, I didn't really like it at first. I think maybe, like Vague said, maybe I was thinking Tribe. I think between Tip's first solo album, then he had those albums that never really came out, like the
Kamal the Abstract,
and Open. He had different, so you didn't know what Tip you were getting. I love the album cover though with the NPC on it, but 2008 was a rough year. I did not go into this year thinking it was gonna be this fucked up. I really thought there's gonna be some bangers on here, and it really was. What's up, Vay?
One other thing, even though I liked a lot of songs off of it, but when I heard this, I was like, wait, Snoop Dogg's doing an album with Teddy Riley? That's how 2008 was. Snoop Dogg has an
album with Teddy Riley.
Yeah,
with Teddy Riley. And I mean, it had some joints on there. I like it. I ain't gonna front, but I just
Teddy
was
Riley,
like,
DJ Quick.
Right. I feel like this was one of those years where people didn't know what hip hop was anymore, and it kind of was like cats just trying to throw whatever on the wall and seeing what could, because I mean, with a lot of times you go through that shit, like you don't know what people are gonna buy, you don't know what labels are gonna push, you don't know any of that stuff. So it's one of them crazy years. Now let me ask y'all this: 2 questions. One thing, somebody tweeted this to me today. Main Source are coming back together.
Huh?
Who coming back?
Main Source. Large Professor, K-Cut, and Sir Scratch.
Yeah. What did them 2 niggas do anyway?
Well, that's a good goddamn question, brother. Which will lead me on to my next question. I said, hey, I don't want to be the Grinch that stole Christmas, but is anybody really hype about Main Source reuniting like 50 years later? And people are like, yeah. And I'm like, hey, cool, that's cool. You can believe in Santa Claus. I just don't get it. I don't understand, because I'm with Nick. What do they do? Like, Large Professor made all the beats. So what's the difference between this album and
any other Large Professor album?
Large Professor
I mean,
what you think, Tom?
I mean, first things first, it's one of the things where Large Professor is Main Source. So first, let's just keep it real. So, I mean, I think Dude had that one verse on Faking the Funk. You know what I'm saying? Like, he had a little verse on that.
No.
That was his man.
That was his man. I forgot his name.
Exotic.
Oh, my boy, that's even worse then.
Yeah, that wasn't one of the DJs.
Yeah, that wasn't one.
Okay, my fault. Well, I stand corrected.
Yeah,
so the extra P is Main Source. So
yeah,
on to the next question.
And I get it. It's always gonna look better for a Main Source. It's just the nostalgia of it. You know what I mean? Like, even when people were like, yo, they did a show at SOBs and it was crazy and woo, and I'm like, but what's the difference between a Large Professor's show and a Main Source show? Because I'm sure he's still gonna do all them joints off of Breaking Adams.
Yep.
On a dolo. None of those DJs are gonna be doing no live scratching. Word to my mother, they're not scratching nothing live. Same thing. Eric B and Rakim, when they was doing a reunion tour, I'm like, the fuck is the difference between this and a Rakim show? Like, Eric B is not gonna be. They're not the DJs like a Jazzy Jeff, where you could be like, yo, Jeff, get busy for 10 minutes. Like, Eric B is not getting busy for 10.
I was just watching that Paid in Full video, man.
All he's gonna do, all Eric ever did was this. In every video, he's just moving the record back and forth, not scratching. Just right there.
Disrespect, man.
That's real though.
But it's real. It's not disrespectful if you're telling the truth, man.
Hey,
it's not disrespectful for me to say Mike Tyson got knocked the fuck out. He got knocked the fuck out. That's not disrespectful. It's the truth. That is what you have to do. All Eric is gonna do right here. Eric is right here with the crossfader.
Now, Kill.
What's up?
I will say this, when Knife brought up Black Sheep, Black Moon, Brand Newbies, and all that here to the crib a couple of months ago. Your boy came with Evil D and a 5-foot MC or whatever, Black Moon. It was cool seeing him on stage with Buckshot because he had verses on the album, and he has a lot of good energy on stage. So I thought it was dope to see like Black Moon come together. But when you say like main source, it really serves no purpose.
And again, and that's beautiful that at 44, 5 can still have energy on stage. Cause but two, and then Evil can scratch. Like Evil D is like I never understood the point of having 2 DJs. Like I never got it. Even when Light had 2 DJs, I'm like, yo, why do you have 2 DJs? There's no point for it.
I think one of your boys though, either K Cut, it's one of the DJs. One of them was like a DMC competition DJ now, so the dude can DJ.
Okay, man.
Played on the album.
I'm just saying, I never witnessed any greatness of DJing ability on that
on the main source on Breaking Album. It wasn't
right. No. Type thing. And then that second main source album with Mikey D, I did like the single "What You Need Is the Source." I thought that was dope, but other than that, nah.
Wait. A second main source album?
Yeah, they had a second source album.
They had a second album.
Yeah, they replaced Large Professor with Mikey D. This cat who I want to say, like inside, I want to say he was like a DMC MC competition winner. I thought
he from LL Cool J.
The LA Posse. He was down the LA Posse and all.
Yeah. Oh, I didn't know that was the same one. That's the same one.
Yeah,
the same dude.
He out of New York though. I think he's Queens or something like that.
Yeah, but yeah, they had a second main source album. Do I have it down here? But yeah, if you look it up, they actually had a video. Google "What You Need Is the Source." I liked the joint. The beat was dope. It was real jazzy.
Madonna used the same beat.
One of the DJs got production credits on that second album. I think that was another thing that when they got rid of Large Pro, so to speak, they took over the production for that second album. And I think K Cut produced some other stuff too, because I think K Cut might be from Canada or something like that. Yeah. And I think he got some production credit out in Canada on a lot of different joints. But
I'll say this: somebody tweeted me today that K Cut has some nice beats, and I said, you know what? That's cool. I don't get excited for nice beats. Okay. Second question: we have all, if not, heard Black Thought's new single. You know what I mean? What do you all think about it? I'm dying to know.
You the one who got hyped. When you said it, I hadn't even heard the snippet. So I'm like, what the hell Thought put out the guy killed excited? And then when I heard it, I was like, I just want to hear Marvin Gaye, not this shit.
Right. And you know what? That's a good point. And after you said that, I was like, damn, I do just want to hear some Marvin Gaye. So I don't know if it was the singing, because it really don't sound that great. But yeah, I'm just being honest. Vay, what you got?
I think I felt like how y'all felt. I saw a snippet on YouTube, not on YouTube, on Instagram, and the beat was playing, and Marvin Gaye was singing, and I was like, oh shit. But then I realized, I was like, I ain't hear Black Thought rhyme. So I was just good. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And I rewinded it and I heard him rhyme and I was like, oh, this nigga attacking a Marvin Gaye beat. I like the first joint because those are beats where you're supposed to attack. But really? Give me the Marvin Gaye, like you said, give me the Marvin Gaye with the sample.
And it was funny because I think that, I was expecting X, I got Marvin, but then when Nick tweeted that, I'm like, yeah, nigga, you are right. All I did was then literally go pull out the I Want You album. Like, it literally was like, oh, man, I'm Marvin Gaye then. You know what I mean? But so, what did you think about the joint? Have you heard it?
But unfortunately, I haven't. And Marvin Gaye is my favorite artist of all time. So now you guys, I don't know if I want to hear it. So.
Worst case scenario, it'll make you want to listen to some Marvin. So if that's the worst scenario,
that's a good thing.
You can't go wrong with that. Nick, no, yay, nay, nothing.
Just start rapping, man. Like I'm bored with Thought at this point. Like I can honestly say that. I don't need new Black Thought if he's not going to do something different.
What do you want him to do? I haven't heard it, but what do you want Thought to do? He's a spitter. He's a rhyme spitter. What do you want him to do?
Spitting
Song
gets
and dance?
old. It gets boring after a while.
He puts in Marvin Gaye. He's attacking Marvin Gaye beats. Why the hell? He makes me want to go listen to Marvin Gaye. What do you want him to do? He doesn't put Marvin Gaye beats. The beats are boring. What is Thought doing? He's just spitting over some random mundane beats. It's lackluster. It's this. Yeah, Thought can't win. I knew this already. We talked about this last episode. I was like,
wild part.
what Thought
Here's
does.
the wild part.
He's not gonna win.
Here's the wild part. Thought can win. Thought can win, but he's got to pick some dope.
I love Black Thought. I haven't heard this particular track, but I like Thought generally. I just know in this group, Thought is never gonna win anything. The guy could honestly come out with the producers you guys pick, and you'd still be like, nah.
But he won't do that, though. That's the thing. He won't.
The wild part about that is that's one of those shoulda, coulda, wouldas. Like that's that Prodigy coulda, woulda, shoulda shit. Like if he picked it, like I don't know if he will. Like will he come out? Like I mean, you go back to Things Fall Apart. Like that's the thing. People think I don't like Thought. I championed for Thought for years.
But which Thought? Like.
The Thought I championed for was the Things Fall Apart and the Philadelphia. Like,
exactly.
Thoughts, those are the ones. But is that, I mean, he still was rapping. He still wasn't rapping about shit. And like I said, it's like being at a church and you like, well, the church should do this, and the church should do that. And then you look up and you're like, you know what? No, it's not the church. It's me. So again, I'm not dissing Thought. I'm just saying for me at 44, I just don't want to hear a whole bunch of rap all the time. I want to hear the voice. I want to hear some Fonte. Tell me a story. Tell me, do something. So,
but that's not what you go to Thought for. That's
why I don't go to Thought no more. Like I said, it's not Thought. It's me. It's me. Like if I'm always constantly bitching about the mall and I don't like the mall and the mall ain't got nothing, I'll just stop going to the mall. So that's the thing. Like I'm not going.
Thought should blacklist you guys from listening to his stuff.
It's
you guys should be blacklisted, all of you.
Reason.
What's up, babe?
It's the reason why we didn't get a solo album, because he probably made 7 solo albums. A&R heard it like, damn, nigga, you spitting over everything. Nah. Yeah. Like I think it's cool. I think the EP thing works because the more I listen to that Volume 1 with Ninth Wonder, the more I like that. But I think he's just incapable of going anywhere beyond that unless he's talking about a story with a shorty. And it's not a lot to ask that of him, because you can tell he's skilled. You could his name is Black Thought. And if the only fucking thought you have is to fucking spit random rhymes, you're not really thinking about much in regards to longevity. You know what I'm saying? So
I'm
loving this episode. Let's keep this going.
I don't understand. What kind of longevity do you want?
But here's
this is like solo longevity.
Bang, I'm with you, because here's the thing. If you want to call yourself the greatest of all time, you know, which he is now saying, like he's sticking his chest out, like I'm one of the best ever. You got to do more than just rapidy rap. It's like Vince Carter can't say I'm one of the best of all time. Vince is always going to be known for his dunk. I'm not trying to. What's up, Tom?
Yo, but see, I think that everybody act like they just hearing Black Thought right now. So I'm just talking about Black Thought has done all that shit already. You look at what he did on Do You Want More? You look at what he did. He basically solo MC of the Roots, basically. So when you think of You Got Me, you know, Grammy and I made a song. When you think about Complexion and all the other tracks he's done on Ill Half-Life and, you know, Things Fall Apart and all these classics, those Roots songs, he is the Roots. You know what I'm saying? So verse here and there by Malik B or whoever the fuck else, it don't matter. Black Thought has showed every kind of range, from love type tracks, sensual tracks about chicks, to rapid fire songs, to conscious joints, to remix a respiration or whatever with Black Star and all this shit. He's done all that already, from Organics all the way up to fucking now. They got like 15 albums. It's really Black Thought albums. You know what I'm saying? So there's really nothing else to me as an MC to do. He's already one of the greats from what he's done in the whole career with the Roots.
Well, here's the thing. Like you said,
live performance.
Here's the thing. You want to talk about a shorty?
He did it already.
Thought ain't done shit for me already. Thought can tell. He can tell you a story about a shorty or a story about Malik B. That's
it. For real. That's all he.
Tell me, what is Concerto de Desperado about?
So wait, you guys are waiting for Black Thought to tell you a story about a shorty? That's what we're waiting for?
No.
He's
saying that's the only time he can focus on something. It's when he talking about a chick.
All he can do is the silence. Got me. Break me off.
That's the only time he stay on topic. Is when he rapping about a chick.
Love me this way. Love me that way. It was a story.
Other than that, he just spit.
What? I thought.
And we can't just neglect Malik B. Malik B held his own. We can't neglect him like that.
He held his own, but okay.
And then even on the later albums, hella guest verses. Like if you go back and listen to the Roots on Def Jam, that ain't Thought solo because he got hella guest verses.
And that's a great
one, Rising Down.
Yeah, that's a great point. That's why I said when Malik left that group, something left. And people may not like Malik like that, but to me, two things happened. He stopped messing with them dudes, the grand niggas like Chaos and Kilo, and a lot of those people who were doing those concerto beats, all of that, them sections. Quest stopped rocking with them. You know what I mean? So after things fall apart, that's why, like, I got a mixtape called Those Other Albums, because there are bangers on those albums, but as a whole, I can't say I've really enjoyed an entire Roots album like that. Now, again, you know, I mean, is he spitting? And like you said, yes, that's what his forte is. You know what I mean? It's a spitter.
Look, dog, that shit
you gotta take it for what it is, then.
But like I said, I'm not dissing. I'm saying I'm stepping away because at 44, I need more than that. Like,
all right, so Benny,
let me say this then.
Your boys giving you everything you want.
The Griselda, I knew he was gonna say that.
They're giving you everything you need. Benny and the.
I'll tell you this.
I knew he was gonna go there.
And here's a good thing. I'm playing.
Kill, I'm shocked you don't want more from Benny. Like, all you hear is these, like,
random sound effects. I'm glad y'all brought this up because I had a hip hop epiphany the other day. I had a hip hop epiphany. And here's the thing. Here's two things.
Wait, hold on. Let me get my pen. I'm gonna write this down.
Yeah, write this down. I had a hip hop epiphany. There's two things going on. One, everybody has that favorite artist who gets a pass. Okay.
Here we go.
Hold tight. Time out. Flag on the play. We're gonna keep the flow. Here's the thing. Everybody will be like, I want a rapper to rap about something more, but I love MOP. Like, let's not act like niggas don't be like that. So MOP could yell and scream, and then that same person be like, I hate rappers who yell and scream, but I'm cool with MOP. We all have that asterisk. It's been Pusha T. I mean, it's just being honest. People love Pusha T. That nigga been selling drugs since the 90s. You know what I mean? But that's it. So that's one thing with Griselda. Here's the other thing that I noticed, and I tweeted this the other day. I'm very upset. I realize that. No, I'm dead serious. This is some serious shit. I'm really upset about, I've had a fucked up year. You know what I mean? My sister had a stroke. I've been in rehab with her for months. My mentor guy's leg cut off. I'm helping him. Tay got murdered. My man Rollo just had a heart attack yesterday. This has been a fucked up year. And I realized the reason I like Griselda is because that shit is like, it's almost like me going, like, getting all my angry energy out. You know what I mean? If that makes sense. Like, maybe Veg, I don't know if you used to do this with your crew from Brooklyn, but we be going to a party at Morgan, blasting Mobb Deep, like getting you in that rah-rah mindset. Like, the anger I have within me, that is my perfect soundtrack. I listen to Griselda every day. And I've heard people from Nick to my man D say, like, yo, man, I don't think I haven't seen you like Nick as much as you like Griselda. And it hit me the other day. That's why. If y'all can see me rhyming Griselda, yo, it looked like I'm about to kill 8 niggas. Probably because I feel like I want to kill 8 niggas. So I'm not using that as an excuse, but I just realized that myself. That's why I love Griselda so much right now. Maybe once I go see somebody and talk to somebody and get my head fucking right again, maybe I won't like them as much. But at this present moment, with all the anger I got in me, them niggas is my perfect soundtrack. I can't listen to boys. That's fair. You know, where I'm at right now. And I had to do a lot of searching to think about that. So that's it with Griselda. But I get it. I understand what you're saying, but that angry, I'ma shoot you up, and that's how I feel. Like, I feel like them niggas who killed Tay, yeah, I want something bad to happen to them. So
and guess what? You're not alone, bro. You're not alone with those thoughts. You're not alone with feeling those kind of ways and going to certain music to help you through that. You're not alone in that. But the conversation was, we were talking about what certain artists don't do for you.
Right.
And
no, but I was just saying, like, about Benny. I don't want Benny to give me nothing positive. I want Benny to kill like 20 niggas this album off. I want like 30 niggas dead.
He's gonna do that anyway.
Yeah, he's gonna do it.
If 30 niggas ain't dead, I'm upset. If only 20,
he's gonna kill him, Conway. They gonna kill all of them.
Yeah, if only 30 people get shot and they don't die, no, my nigga, I am not happy. I need niggas dead. So that would be that aspect. What's up, man?
You can't kill niggas with them gun voice sounds and shit. Nobody's dying from that shit. It's just annoying niggas. You looking to get shot making all that shit.
I'm hoping because on which one is this? I get so much Griselda shit. This is John Benoit. The new one, Hitler's Hair Hermes. Where's Hermes 6? It's crazy because I think he has one song and all they're doing is making noises. Like,
yo,
yeah. Like, and I'm just like, all right, come on, y'all. This is literally doing this is like a new beatbox track. Like, we are just gonna boom, boom, boom for 5 minutes. It's overboard now. I
got one thing about Black Thought though. Like, I agree. You know, if that's his strength, so be it. I think the reason why some of us who are fans of Black Thought feel that way is because when you haven't changed in years in some regard, it almost feels like you haven't grown. You know what I'm saying? And some artists grow for the worse, you know what I'm saying? But they grow. Some artists grow for the better, but they grow. But Black Thought feels like he hasn't grown as an artist, you know what I'm saying? And I think for people who are new to him, sure, all this shit is hot. But for some of us who, like you said, you get all these Roots albums, and, you know, he hasn't really gone beyond talking about a woman. Like, really, when you start naming those records, them shit's all about women, you know what I'm saying? Or relationships. But maybe there's a deeper level with that. Maybe there's a reason why that's his deep level, you know what I'm saying? But I don't think he's exploring it enough. And when you listen to the Salam Remy joint, that was a perfect opportunity. The way that beat sounds, I know they sped it up and made it a little bit faster, but I think that was really for who was rapping on it. But I think that was an opportunity for him to, you know, expose himself a little bit more, you know, so we know, yo, Black Thought is not just a rapper. He's the man with life and experiences beyond relationships. So.
And his life is crazy. Like, when you hear some of the stuff that happens, like, bro, why you don't never talk about it? I mean, that's his choice not to, but
I feel like I've heard it in some of his songs though. Maybe it's me.
But here's the thing. Have you heard that his mom got murdered? Or
that's what I'm saying. Like, both parents.
I never heard none of that shit.
Hey, everybody ain't gonna say everything that happens. Some stuff he might feel like he don't wanna.
Nah, I agree.
I'm just saying.
You don't have to, but it's just like I said, like with this new Royce album, I'm used to Royce just being an MC who attacks. So when I get Booker Ryan and he's peeling back all these layers of his life, it only.
No, but Royce been doing that though. Royce been talking about his alcoholism and all this shit for years.
Thought could talk about all of the things that have happened in his life. You guys are still gonna get on his ass about it because it's still gonna disappoint you.
But
it doesn't matter. No, you don't know, but I mean, I know.
That's almost like saying if Ben Simmons could get a jumper, he'd be LeBron. Yeah, he could. And if I could sing, I'd be fucking in Ricky.
No, here's the thing: is everybody as fans, like, we want our favorite artists to do everything we want them to do, but I don't go I don't put in Black Thought so that I could hear about coke and like coke deals and slanging this and dealing that. I go to Royce for that. I go to whoever for that. I don't go to Black Thought to listen to, you know, tales of New York and Queensbridge. I go to Nas for that. Like, there are artists that do what they do in their lane, and that's where you go to get that. And then
what do you get from Black Thought?
Honestly,
what does he give you? Black
Thought is somebody I listen to when I'm driving and I just want to hear rapping. I just want to hear someone rap. I don't want to pay attention to what they're actually saying, but sometimes I do, and I like Black Thought. I like that he names things after, you know, literature and these books and that books, and it's sort of elevated to me. I don't know. It's just not.
Yeah, I actually agree with that.
It's just he's not
he has some layers
as everybody else. He's not always talking about this shorty and sex with her and cheating on this, and like Nas and Nasir was talking about like dropping 50 at the Bellagio. Like, why do I want to hear, dude, you're like 50. How old are you? Why are you still doing that? Like, let's talk about growth. I don't know. You guys are just really hard on thought.
But for me, that's the thing. You just said it. Let's talk about growth.
Let's talk about growth.
Thought ain't growth.
And like I said, this is why I'm great at relationship counseling, because I listen to y'all. I'm gonna use your words.
Listen,
about
Black Thought has been beyond that for a while. So again,
I agree.
We're bored of it. Maybe we're bored of it because we've been listening to it since Illadelph.
When you say he's been beyond that, what has he been beyond? You just said you listened.
Like, yeah, so he's not somebody who talks about drug dealing. He's not somebody who talks about strippers.
Because he doesn't talk about
frivolous shit.
He won't talk about it because he don't talk about shit. So he
won't talk about it because he's too busy doing that stuff. So he's gonna go enjoy it and then come talk about other stuff on wax.
You know what though? I think they lane. You know what I'm saying? Like, Thought spit, same way G-Rap spit, same way Big Pun spit, same way Big Age spit. Some niggas just rap. You know what I'm saying? They ain't got all these other layers all the time.
Rap will tell you a story.
I just think you overanalyze Black Thought person.
They're too
he way better than what y'all coming on saying.
Oh, time out. Flag on the place.
Real talk.
This is where stuff gets skewed. You're like, it's like we're shitting on him. I'm not shitting on you. If I say Vince Carter was an incredible dunker, I'm not shitting on him. That's what he's
shitting on him, but you clean it up at the same time. Somebody listen to us. You shitting, but you clean it up a little bit at the same time. Come on, dog. Come on, dog. Nah, hell nah.
I got you.
You shitting on him, but you spraying the potpourri at the same time,
fam. You tell me, Kill, I don't like your beats because they're not fast enough. And I like really up-tempo beats. Tone, guess what? You're not shitting on me. You're telling the truth. Because I like making beats that are anywhere between 78 to probably 90 BPMs. That's not shitting on me. If you say, you say, yo, Kill, Veg, I really didn't like that album because I really prefer really up-tempo beats. I want them 108 beats. Then guess what? I'm not going to be like, damn, Tone shitted on me. No,
you dumbing it down right now with them examples, dog. You dumbing it down with them examples. I ain't riding with that, dog.
I'm out.
No, sir.
I'm out.
But look, it's just like
you dumbing it down with them examples, dog.
How am I dumbing it down?
You dumbing it down with them examples, dog.
How am I?
I can't let you pass on that one.
No, hold tight, man. How am I dumbing it down? Because I'm telling you, I don't like Thought because all he does is X, Y, and Z. If you tell me, how is that shitting on him? That's like me saying I don't want to go to Outback because I don't like the way they cook steaks. I'm not sure.
No, y'all done found 10 different ways to say the dude ain't progressed as a damn artist when that shit ain't true. That's what I'm saying to you. Y'all making up every other reason when all these MCs stand in their own pocket. They're selling you get a Tupac.
Do you really, honestly, in your heart of heart think I'm shitting on an MC from my city? Do you really, Tone? Do you really?
Yes, you can shit on him and still have love for him. You still shit a little bit. You still spraying. You shit a little bit. Spraying potpourri.
So at the end of the day, I'm bad because I want a nigga to talk about some other shit. Then you know what? I'll be bad. Then I'm shit.
All right.
It's not bad. It's just
it ain't bad. You going to the extreme, bro.
It's not bad. You're just never gonna get that from Thought. That's just not who Thought is.
Go ahead, man.
All right. So I don't do all this internet shit, right? That obviously people do, all this trendy shit. If you can like an artist and criticize them, it's not the end of the world. It used to happen once upon a time. It doesn't mean you're shitting on them. It's just you see a deficiency. I'm a big LeBron fan. I see deficiencies in his game, but I still like him. You know what I'm saying? So to say that Black Thought hasn't done these things doesn't mean that you're shitting on him because you do recognize he's one of the dopest MCs of all time, bar none. But he doesn't have a history of going beyond that. Now that doesn't make him trash. It just doesn't. It doesn't mean you're shitting on him. It doesn't mean you're trying to sugarcoat it. It just means that you recognize that this part of his game isn't at the same level at his strongest point. Everybody has a strong point and a weak point. As people, we all do that.
I'm saying, babe, yeah. Mm-hmm. I got you. Know all I'm saying is from Organics to 15 fucking albums later, I feel personally, I'm a writer, like y'all writers. I listen to rhymes. I listen to what he's saying. I don't feel like there's nothing missing if you put everything he's done as an MC from the first Organics to this shit with Ninth Wonder. That's like 17 projects. The man has talked about his life. He ain't mind saying about his mom. He's talking about his life. He's talking about straight spitting. He's talking about relationships. He's talking about the hood, growing up in Philly. He's talking about all this kind of shit. What else does an MC supposed to do? He's not fucking Shakespeare. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know what's missing compared to what other MCs are doing.
I got a question.
I'm just asking.
You can't. Hold on for a second.
Here's a challenge.
Get it.
Write your next article. Write me 15 Black Thought songs. What he's talking about a girl.
I want to play
the next article. Since he got
so that's easy. That's easy work.
Article. I challenge you to write an article about 15 songs.
He don't have to write an article. Just send me a playlist, fam.
He send me.
Dude, that's easy work.
No. I don't want a playlist. I want you to tell me what he's talking about. So I want you to.
Dude, that's easy work.
Concerto of the Desperado is talking about blah blah blah. That's what I want.
That's easy work, Kill. That's easy for me, Kill.
I will.
It's easy work for me, Kill.
I will look forward to 15 songs.
All right. When I get a minute to write that
about that does not include a girl.
No, when I get time to write,
it's easy work. Nothing else. Just write it. Just write it. I can't.
I know that's easy work. I'm telling you, it's easy work.
I get what Tone is. I'm ecstatic. It is so easy for you.
It is easy work.
I get what you're saying about, you have all these albums, and yeah, sure. I think he's poked at things because we, as MCs, I'm one. We all do that in rhymes where we're spitting. We all throw a gem here about the ghetto and a gem here about this and that. But not saying that he has to. You know what I'm saying? That's the bigger point. Not saying that he has to. It just says that personally, for us, it feels like the same thing because he's never really stepped completely in that lane. Only when it was about a chick where he completely focused on that topic. But as far as a song
and fine details,
in my opinion,
I don't do it.
Well, look out for the writing. I'll break it down.
I just want to.
I'm glad you said that. That's a good point. I don't want you to be like on the third verse on line 3. He said ghetto, and that's.
Hey, look. So this goes back to what I said earlier. See, now you're breaking it down. There's levels to it. Again, he doesn't have a Lord Knows by Tupac. Okay, so you're trying to make him an MC that he's not. Y'all reaching, man. Y'all reaching, dog. Y'all reaching, dog.
I'm getting mad, dog.
It's all right. I'll write something.
I say, and Tone be calm and like, okay, babe. Then I say, and it's like all out the window, man.
Nah, I'm saying, all y'all reaching. I'll write something. I'm talking to Bang too. I'm talking to Bang and Nick.
No, not me. I want a playlist. I don't want no essay.
Yeah, I'm saying y'all reaching, dog. I'll write something.
Nick, first of all, the playlist is gonna be empty, fam. Let's
ain't gonna be empty.
Listen, all I'm saying is
I want a playlist. 15 songs.
Second of all, look, I'm saying like,
no.
as an MC, we all throw little things in our rhymes. We do. So I think Kill is trying to make light of it by just saying ghetto. I'm pretty sure.
He gonna say something.
But I mean, when you listen to Silent Treatment, You Got Me, The Night. They are 3 verses all about a girl. There's not a little hint of a girl. There are 3 verses. The whole verse. The first verse. What's the first one? Amina. The first one was about Amina. The second one was about you. The third one was about some girl he met in France. So let me ask you this then, Kid. Huh? Let me ask you this. Let me ask y'all this.
So when Black Dog did that track on How I Got Over, that Dear God shit. So how was that? Was that deep enough? Was that open enough as an MC?
But
Did you know the lyrics to that song? Check that track out. That's just one off the top of my head.
Yeah,
one song on 17 albums. Yeah, it was good.
No, I'm just naming one because I can name a lot of songs. But I'm saying that's just an example again. Wow, that y'all reach.
Damn,
that's one. That's one.
That just came to mind just now as I'm talking.
Oh my God, Vegas.
No, but like I said, we gonna read the article. Tony's gonna have.
Hey, I'll be glad to, man, because y'all do reaching like hell.
Focus.
Hey,
focus on the topic.
How many songs would it take though? How many?
Hey, that's what I'm saying. Like when I rank some, that ain't gonna be enough either, bitch.
I just want 15 songs.
Hey, Vince, it won't never be enough, dog.
Now, here's the thing, and this is the wild part, because I'm totally in agreement with Vegas. I'm realizing nowadays we have two type of fans, not stans, but two type of fans. When I tweet about the Sixers, and I'm saying stuff like, God, Ben got to get a jumper. You know what some Sixers fans say back to me? Why you always hating on Ben? Why you got to talk about Ben? Why you got to talk? And I'm like, bro, I'm not shitting on Ben. He needs a jumper. Like, we're not going to be able to beat teams if they play like that. And then you have fans like me who can see a deficiency and talk about it. Then you have other people who are like, why are you shitting on Ben? Then when I say Ben does something good, they're like, oh, get off his dick now. No, I never was mad at him. I'm just it's something he could do better. So
hey, Vince, you can't win, dog.
Yo, here is the thing.
Hey, Kid, I gave 5 different examples. Basketball, the damn.
One more thing.
All right, man, I got you, dog. You got it, dog.
I feel like
one more thing. Look.
I do not say that Black Thought is the greatest MC in the world.
No, but
he ain't the greatest either.
Kill.
What's up?
Hold on. The song you just named, that Dear God song, I just thought about that. The rock band that's on that song did the song first. If you notice, it's called Dear God 2.0. So he already had the script. So he just stuck to the script.
Oh, shit.
That's all that is.
Oh,
okay.
It's a band called
MC or influenced by something beforehand. Get out of here, Nick.
No, man, come on.
No, everybody.
Every MC influenced by something, dog.
Oh, good.
What are we talking about?
The script.
You get 15.
What are we talking about?
Listen, I know.
Come on, Department 5B. Come on, Department 5B. Y'all gotta do better than this, man.
I'm telling y'all, this right here is going to change lives. If y'all can give me 15 songs.
Oh, God. Come on, fellas.
15 things.
Come on, man.
15 songs after 10
y'all got to stop reaching, dog.
How many
Dear
songs
God can't be
gets
on
him
the
into
list.
that plateau, though?
Here's the thing. It's not. I don't think it's about songs. And you know what? Portia and Tone are exactly right. You don't have to do anything. But to me, if you want to be the greatest, in my mind, you have to be able to do a array of things. You know what I mean? Like, you can't just like God Champ, like Jason Williams, White Chocolate, one of the best handles in the NBA. He can have the best handle, but he now can't say I'm the best player or I need to be up there with the best player because he doesn't do all the other things. When we did the belt,
First of all, nobody on this panel.
I don't want to prolong the show.
I gave Fort the belt for being the best spitter and the best.
Nobody said he was the best on this panel, right?
No, but no. What I'm saying is he has said. He has said now, like, I'm one of the greatest. I'm a great. Well,
every MC think they're one of the greatest.
And they're not all right, but I'm just
every top tier MC think they are.
Your favorite MC is Big, right? Does Big do all of everything you ever wanted him to do? He doesn't.
Yeah, he does.
He
does for me.
He does.
He does. Yes.
Whoa.
Big gives me literally every aspect of an MC.
Big's my favorite too, but
Big got about 3 conscious songs, man.
Would you
say that comfortably?
You said Big only got what?
If you
so you saying he's balanced out more? He's a balanced MC.
What I'm saying is Big.
I can hear you saying Tupac maybe because he's talking about everything.
Here's the thing.
But Tupac doesn't even do everything.
Big gives me everything I want. Thought does.
Oh, everything you want. Gotcha.
I want. I mean, because at the end of the day,
I know.
Fam, if you like, I can't stand Outback Steakhouse.
Just made my point though. For any MC, it's gonna be about everything that you want from. You personally want, so Black Out don't give you what you want. Biggie do, but Biggie might not give me what Biggie give you. See what I'm saying?
This is
So
why
then I'm gonna say he should have did more.
This is why we all have different. This is why I tell people, what are the 5 things
Right, okay.
you want from an MC, which may be different for you. That's different than me.
Okay.
Which why we may not line up. The 5 things you may want from a wife may be 5 different things I want from a wife, which is why we have 2 different wives. That's with everything. So I'm just telling
That's
you.
why this whole greatest MCs thing.
Then gives me everything that I want as the greatest MC. Somebody who says, you know what, all I want is rappity rap. I don't care about shit else. And they say Thor is my favorite. God bless you. I'm not gonna argue with you. I've never argued with nobody about who your favorite is.
Hey, you're a rappity rap, so I'll just give you an example again real quick. Kill sneak that in real quick. If you only want rappity rap, make Black Dog. You know what I'm saying? See that's that little undercutting, you know what I'm saying? You know it right there. You sneak that in real quick, like I ain't hear that shit, dog. Yeah, come on. Hey, you hear him sneak that in real quick?
I swear for God, okay? I swear for God. Word is born to Jesus, okay? I am not, you know where I got that from? My man Gadget, who runs Scratch Magazine. I was on his podcast. We were having this discussion, and he said, Kill, you just don't like rappity rap niggas. If y'all go back before a month ago, I never ever said rappity rap. I didn't even know what that shit was. But now, after he said, you don't like rappity rap niggas, because guess what? There are some people who just spit. Like, I mean, Thought isn't the only one, y'all. Like, let's not act like there are 100 other MCs who just spit. They don't tell stories. They just spit. That is their job. Your job is to get in there and spit. The same way that you got people like Rex Chapman. Your job is to get in there and hit 3-pointers. That's it. I don't need you dunking. I don't need you assisting. That is your job. And there's nothing wrong with that.
Where Rex went to school at?
We all have said numerous times, there is nothing wrong with having something that you are a specialist about. But if you're only a specialist, you can't then say, I'm one of the greatest if you can only do one thing. So nobody is dissing him. I'm saying he is a specialist. He has gotten the belt. And that's why I did the belt show, because it was like, you know what? All we talk about is the greatest of all time. I feel like we're leaving out all these other MC.
So, but you're saying this though, so you saying as an MC, again, we're gonna use Black Thought. We're talking about Black Thought. He can only do one thing. So let's say stage presence. That's something else too, right? So we're talking about content in your records. We're talking about freestyling. We're talking about stage presence. So that's all part of MCing.
Tone, if that's in your top 5, my top 5.
I got you. I'm just saying.
Does not have anything to do with stage presence. It doesn't do with
your
fact. It doesn't. That doesn't do it for me. You may want.
Okay, my fault. I thought it did. I thought we had that show that time. You said something about stage presence.
No,
my fault. I thought it did.
I don't think none of these rappers got any stage.
Okay.
I grew up in the 80s. Okay. I'm afraid for niggas walking out of radios. Niggas just changing their clothes 10 times a show ain't stage presence to me. What's up, Jens?
Hey, I just want to speak on Black Dog for a minute. I take him for what he is. I take him for what he is. I ain't going either way on it. Same thing. I can go to Too Short and say, well, Too Short ain't giving me everything I want out of an MC. But guess what? I can go find somebody else. All of that, I don't see all of that as being a problem with Black Thought. I don't have a problem with it. I don't have a problem with any of the Griselda cats like that. It's all hip hop, man. That's what we need to get back on track with. It's all the music.
You're right, good brother Vince. Preach.
But look, at the end of the day, if you get like with Master Ace and these concept albums, I'm tired of it. I don't need another Master Ace album.
True.
With Redman still rapping the same way. I don't need new Redman music. I'm cool with what he got. Black Thought, to me personally, has approached that point. I haven't loved the album since Rising Down.
Yeah, and it's not like you would never go back to the earlier works and listen to the man. Nobody's saying that. Nobody's saying that. Everybody enjoys the man's music, and I get where you're coming from. You might want him to go a little bit further, but I mean, over his career, if that's all you've gotten, it's time to just let that go. It is what it is.
That's why I admire Andre 3000. You say I don't got nothing to say. I'm not gonna put nothing out.
And what did I say? That I said it's wrong with me. I'm walking away. I didn't say Thought had to change. This is for Thought's fault. I said I'm backing away. So again, nobody said, yo, Thought, you need that nigga do whatever he want to do. I'm just backing away. Y'all can keep coming. That's cool. But so again, I've said a million times, it's not Thought, it's me. It's like a bad relationship.
So why do you guys keep listening to everything new that he drops so that you can just like say these things
No,
again.
He might slip
Here's the
something.
wild part. He's the wild part.
Come
No, he's
on.
not gonna snip out. He's not gonna snip that in.
But look.
Albums. He's been talking about
hold
the
on,
same
hold on.
thing, and then you think 2018 is the year he's gonna give you something new.
Hold on. Listen. We got Spotify now. This ain't like back in the day where I gotta go pay money to hear it.
Right. You
Right,
don't have
right.
to have
You know what I'm saying? So if it was still like it was
Tracks.
back then,
Yeah.
I would have left auto on long.
That's true.
I'm not
That's
paying
true.
no money.
Yeah, you can just
I'll
go
give you
pick
that.
2 tracks you like and be done with it. You know,
Yeah, I can
That's
just stream it.
true.
Yeah.
Porsche, let me ask you a question. Were you shocked when I tweeted to you? I think it was you, Vague, and Nick, and I said I may have been wrong.
Yeah,
I was shocked.
Yeah, I was shocked as hell.
So, but that's what I'm saying. That when you're like, oh, you thought can do no wrong, you know, he can never do any right. Yes, he could. Because when I heard that, I was like, I may be wrong. He may.
I ain't gonna lie. I thought that was your little sneak stuff.
No,
I didn't think it was sneak. I thought I was really happy
It's
that
like,
you were,
when I heard it, I was like, okay, this may be, I may be wrong. Like I got no problem saying I'm wrong. To think I'm not rooting for Black Thought and Tone, just so you know, there's no hate. Look, this is my Roots collection, brother. Look at this.
I got you, man.
Good. I done got every 5 copies of Things Fall Apart you can have. I got you got From the Ground Up. I got From the Ground Up. I got Do You Want More? I got Illadelph. I got, what is this? The Legendary. I got the 12. I got all the covers of the Things Fall Apart.
Tell us about the growth. That's what we talking about. You got all them albums. There got to be some growth, brother. Gotta be.
oh God, that's a wrap for this one. That's a wrap.
Hey,
Happy holidays.
you want to know what the growth is? Guess what? I still support this group. Even this album to me was horrible. Undone, but I still brought it. This album to me was done. Then You Shoot Your Cousin in the Butt. All the shit I brought, no matter what. I still brought it. No matter how dumb the title. There's songs on Undone that Thought ain't even on. How this your album? You ain't even on the song. I still brought it. So I still support it. So Paul, this show and you be like, fuck you, Kill. Just know I still support you, my brother. Okay. Yo, we gotta do more collabo shows. If this is the energy that comes with a parking lot, that time in hip hop, we need this every week. We need a monthly meet and greet because this is energy right here. We done fuck 80.
Yeah.
We done talked about art.
Yeah. I don't forgot what we started the show on.
Tone gonna write a thesis to save the earth. Vegas is vaping. We are having a ball in here tonight. We gonna go. Oh, give us all the information, good brother. Everything, man.
Oh my God.
Oh man. Instagram, Tony Haynes the Dome. Facebook, just Tony Haynes, man. Check it out. Instathedome.com. What else? That Time in Hip Hop, B-Roll Network, YouTube. Check us out.
Y'all done got me up in here
That's
sweating. Tone, what you got, good brother?
Happy holidays, man. Killer have you linked up.
Oh man, Porsche, give us everything. Porsche was quiet for a while. I'm glad we got her riled up with thought.
Yes.
I love Porsche on Twitter and IG, and happy Thanksgiving to all you Americans. It's not our Thanksgiving.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, we had ours in October, so happy Thanksgiving to you guys.
When is Canada's Thanksgiving?
Appreciate it.
It was the first week of October.
So did the Pilgrims come to Canada too?
I guess so.
I'm just saying, like, why do they got a different Thanksgiving than us?
I don't know.
I didn't pay
The Pilgrims hit us up a month and a half early.
All right, I didn't spend a lot of time in high school. I was out, so I apologize for not knowing my history and everything. Hey, give him everything, good brother.
You mean their history?
Hey,
our history.
Their history. I didn't go to school a lot. Not high school. Sorry. Hey.
You can follow me on Twitter and Instagram at Vegas World INC. Check out my podcast, Hip Hop Now Podcast, and absolutely check out That Time in Hip Hop on the B-Roll Network on YouTube about the history, events. Black Thought having 17 albums, but nothing to say. Whatever you want to do. You know, you just find it on YouTube.
Oh, God. Yes. Give him everything, good brother.
Happy holidays, y'all, man. Enjoy your family. Love them. Just be good. Y'all be safe if y'all traveling. I enjoyed myself.
Y'all already know this with me. Kill889 on Twitter and Instagram. I am the official Black Thought hater. I am president of the Fan Club. Thought, yo, I really love you, bro. Like, yo, for real. Like when Big brought up the Capital Punishment, y'all don't know how happy I was that he had Thought on there. You know what I mean?
The square dance one day. He said you in Philly.
Yeah, I mean, the crazy thing is we got through. Like, we know each other through people, but it's nothing but love, brother. I just want to see you elevate and keep moving. I apologize for it. I don't mean to offend, but I do, like, you know.
Offend? I'm not offended.
I'm not dissing because I'm careful what I say around y'all. Because I don't.
No, I'm not offended.
So,
you can have your opinion. I will always listen to Thought. I will appreciate and love Thought for his rhyme spitting, and that's it.
Yeah,
so I'm good.
Okay. So everybody have a happy Thanksgiving. Y'all enjoy the
holidays.
Album. We will be reviewing this album when it comes out. It's 9 songs. So we will be reviewing everybody. And again, I want y'all to pay attention. My beef was not with Thought on this album. It was why is he picking Salam Remy? So I wasn't picking on Thought this time. I was picking on Salam Remy because I made some comments. He should only be in the studio with Jasmine Sullivan and Amy Winehouse. And one of them is dead. We should really only be in the studio with Jasmine Sullivan. So this was really a diss towards him, not Thought. I just want because I already know this episode, nigga.
The Salam Remy playlist coming for Kill.
Yeah. Give me a Salam Remy
playlist,
a hip hop playlist. All right.
Hey, Paid in Full, the best Rakim title track, right?
No.
Paid in
Yes.
Full, best Rakim title track.
Yeah.
I guess I feel like I'm. What's wrong? Like if
it was a tweet.
What's wrong?
Where they had the 4 Eric B. Rakim albums.
Right.
Like he was ranking the title tracks from each album.
Oh, I say Paid in Full is
okay.
Paid in Full. Paid in Full.
All right, Tone.
Lost Tone.
Tone, Paid in Full.
No, I mean,
trying to come up with some Black Thought songs where he's saying shit, but he like, nah. Man,
From now on, last Friday of the month or whatever, Apartment 5B and That Time in Hip Hop. This is the collab, like last Thursday of every month. This is This is gonna be vague. Got some drinks. This is what we do every week. So as soon as you post that, send it to me. I'm tweeting this everywhere. Okay,
I know.
This is gonna change lives right here. This one right here. All right, y'all. Appreciate y'all. Happy.
All right, yo.
We gonna keep it locked. All right, y'all.
All right, peace.
Drop it on the random.